What's up everybody, Trinity here, and welcome back to 2nd Street. Smash that like button and let's get right into this comic book review. Today we are talking about Shadow Service issue number 1 and issue number 2. This is a new series being published by Vault Comics. You know Vault Comics is one of my favorite publishers. It's being written by Cavan Scott. Corin Howell is the artist, Triona Ferrell is the colorist, and Andworld Design is the letterer. I'll show you those names right there and you can get a little bit of a look at some of the art in this book. Now in this book we come across this character whose name is Gina. She is a private investigator who uses witchcraft. She is a witch, so she uses spells and things like that when she's out doing these investigations to find missing people, cheating spouses, and things like that. So what we see in this story is she's out doing an investigation, tracking down this person. She comes into this bar and kind of gets in a little bit of altercation with the person that she is tracking down. She ends up tracking them down outside of the bar and uses some of the witchcraft to, to subdue him. And that's when we get introduced to the person that she is actually doing this particular job for. It is a guy named Gideon Quill, and we see that she obviously works with him quite often. We see some of the other stuff with her witchcraft as well, where she's talking to this rat who is there out there in this alleyway as well. And we can see that the communication there is something that's quite regular, and she kind of has communication with these rats, I guess you could say, throughout this town. He collects information. It's very witchcraft kind of stuff going on here. Then what we see is she ends up kind of getting lured into a trap by the end of issue 1. She gets lured into this trap by this team of people who are out to get her, which we find out in issue number 2 is this organization known as MI666, or Section 26, what they like to be known as. And what they are is they are this this firm who investigates these kind of paranormal activities, if you will. They normally, what they do is they monitor people like Gina Meyers, this private investigator, who are witches, who are born with these skills and things like that. And they usually comes down to they either comply and be tracked, or they kill them. And that's kind of what they're there with. And so basically what they want to do is they want Gina to help them bring in Gideon Quill to into them, so they can get into this kind of underground world. Because what Gideon Quill does is goes out and seeks out certain subjects and things like that to suppress certain things from coming out in the press, and things about some of the demonic families in London's underground world. So some very cool things going on in this book. Now, as I said at the beginning of the video, I'm not really into magic or the zombies or the vampires or anything like that, but I think this book is actually pretty good. The art in this book as well, I think is very good as well for Vault Comics. Some very cool things going on here in this book. Now, I'll show you some of this, some of the art here. Now, that's some of the other things that we go on here with, where we learn that the girl is a witch. But by that, she has these spells and things. She came upon her powers just by being a little girl, and these things kind of called out to her. And we see that she has, she was abandoned by her mother when she was a child, when she first revealed her powers. Her mother was in an abusive relationship, and when her powers were revealed was when she actually went and saved her mother from like I just showed you right here, from her ex-boyfriend, or her stepfather, if you will, in this case. And that's like the mother was freaked out and like abandoned her at that point. And so she's kind of been on her own, fending for herself since then. Altogether, I've got to say, I think they're doing a really good job on this series so far. Like I said, I'm not really into like the magic and some of those different kinds of things, but what they're doing in this book, I think is really good, especially like when I take a look at the way issue number 2 ended here. I'm just going to show, this is not a spoiler or anything, but I just got to show you, when I see stuff like this, I absolutely love it. This is kind of what I've come to expect from Vault Comics and some of the things that they do over there. Doing great work over there at Vault Comics with the books that they put out. I truly do enjoy what they do. But this is, again, this is issue number 1 right here. This is a variant cover done by Nathan Gooden and Tim Daniel. I love the variant covers that they do there. They put some great art on these. And then this one right here is issue number 2. It's got this variant cover here from Rebecca Isaacs and Kurt Michael Russell. And this one, I actually picked this one up. I recognize the cover and the art because this is the same team who does Money Shot on Vault Comics also. Altogether, I think Shadow Service is something that you should check out if you're into any of these kinds of things. If you want a good indie book that's like dealing with the magic and horror elements, I think you should definitely check this one out. But I wanted to know from you, have you read Shadow Service issue number 1 or issue number 2? If not, is it something that you might think about checking out after watching my review? That's all I have for this video today, folks. Thank you all so much for tuning into the Second Street Marvel. Again, my name is Trinity. If you're not already, please make sure that you're subscribed. Click the little bell so you get notifications anytime I've uploaded new content. Give this video a thumbs up if you like it. Give it a thumbs down if you don't. It's okay. You're not going to hurt my widow feelings. But while you're at it, make sure that you share it with a friend and invite them to come hang out with us here on the Second Street Marvel, where we love to read and talk about indie comic books like Shadow Service. And we will see you in the next